There is no one as fortunate as Hanuman. And Hanuman, the name means anybody who has destroyed his ego. Man is ego. Hanumanji embodies the perfect mind. And what a perfected mind, highest potential it can achieve. We have a shot at enlightenment, what is called moksha, nirvana. Enlightenment means nothing but able to transcend our mind. Hanuman's story is basically to find out the power within ourselves, to find out our real identity, and to understand that there is nobody out there to help you. So, welcome to the Hanuman Upasana workshop, and let's chant with Om. Start with Om. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shiyavara Ramachandra ki jai, Pavanasuta Hanuman ki jai, Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. I think we'll have to mute Anu, it's echoing here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So today's mantra, we will chant at the end. Please remind me that it's the Hanuman Gayatri mantra, and we will be discussing those later. But I want to start today's session, the first session, with a mantra, with a shloka from the Sundarakanda, I believe it is. And let me read it out, and I'll give you the literal meaning and then its significance. Hanuman sama nahi bada bhagi. There is no one as fortunate as Hanuman. Nahi ko Rama charana anuragi. No one who has as much love for the feet of Lord Ram. Pavana Tanaya Bala Pavana Samana, son of the wind god, who equals him in strength. Buddhi Viveka Vijnana Nidhana, repository of intelligence, discrimination, and understanding. Kavana Sokatha Katina Jaga Mahi. O Lord, if you shower your grace, Jo nahi hoi tata tumapahi. No task is impossible in this world. So this whole workshop is based on, I got the idea from this month shloka. All it says is Hanuman sama nahi bada bhagi. There is no one as fortunate as Hanuman. And Hanuman, the name means anybody who has destroyed his ego. Man is ego. Hanan. Man ka hanan karna, to destroy the ego is called Hanuman. None of us is as fortunate as the one who has destroyed the ego. Nahi ko Rama charana anuragi. Somebody who has a burning desire to know your higher self. Ram is our higher self. Pavana Tanaya Bala Pavana Samana. Mind is, we are made up of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. The air elements represents the mind, thoughts. So just like the air is so powerful, our mind is equally powerful. Pavana Tanaya Bala Pavana Samana. Our mind is as powerful as the wind god. Buddhi Viveka Vijnana Nidhana. The mind, our mind is the repository of intellect, of our knowledge, of our wisdom. Everything is represented by the word Pavana, mind. And no task is impossible if we set our mind to it. And this is what Hanuman represents. So the Hanuman Upasana, I called it Upasana because Upa means near, asana is sit. Just like we watch the Kardashians and everybody else, every move, every cloth and dress, everything they buy, everything they eat, everywhere they go, that is what we are going to do with Hanumanji. Sit very close to him and figure out what he does and how he does it, and learn a little bit about Hanumanji. Hanumanji embodies the perfect mind. and what a perfected mind can, the highest potential it can achieve. And that is why I chose the Hanuman. Not just me, the whole Vedanta has chosen Hanumanji as a archetype. And what is an archetype? Arche is first, type is a model. He's the first of the model of a perfected mind. And in these 7 weeks, we will decode slowly, little by little. I'll give a lot of information today, but every other session, we will go back and rehash it. If it doesn't make sense, you think about it, reflect it, come back with questions, and we can go back and, talk about it until it makes sense. So then, when we understand the Hanuman archetype, we have a shot at enlightenment. What is called moksha, nirvana is liberation, enlightenment. And enlightenment means nothing but able to transcend our mind. Our mind is our best friend and our worst enemy, because we have not learned to control our mind. Right now, it is our worst enemy. It is the one that is stopping us from achieving our highest, living at our highest potential. So our enlightenment, our liberation will come when we learn to transcend the mind. And this Hanuman story is basically the story of a hero's journey, to find out the power within ourselves, to find out our real identity, and to understand that there is nobody out there to help you, nobody out there to rescue you. You alone, once you connect and live, establish a connection to your higher self, that is the God, that is the universe, you are saving yourself. Nobody is out there to save you. So this is actually a hero's journey. Any of these fairy tales, Harry Potter, you see, Hanuman's journey is that, and our journey will also be that. So, and then we'll discover the hero inside us. Now, I want to offer 2 archetypes, because to understand Hanuman, first is the Hanuman. If anybody who knows the story of Hanuman, as a child, he jumped up and he swallowed the sun. So all the gods got very upset and they cursed him that he will forget his powers, right? Until the wind god came and appeased all the other gods, saying that no, please, he's a child, he didn't know what he was doing, please take back your curse. And then they agreed that somebody has to remind him, Hanuman, that you are capable of boundless strength and wisdom. You are invincible. Only then he will be able to do the things that he was originally meant to do. And same with us. We all have the power, but somebody needs to remind us. And who is that somebody? That somebody is the guru principle. In this case, Hanuman, the archetype of Hanuman, is going to be our guru. He is going to lead us or give us a model that we can follow and achieve, to how to tame our mind and how to live at our highest potential. So this is the Hanuman archetype, and the opposite archetype is Duryodhana from Mahabharata. And there is a shloka that will explain to you the Duryodhana archetype. It says, Janami dharmang nachame pravriti. I know what is dharma, the right thing to do, but I don't want to do it. I cannot do it. Janami adharmang nachame nivriti. I know what is the wrong thing to do, but I feel like doing it and I do it. Toya Hrishikesha Hridi Stitena. He's addressing Krishna. You are sitting inside my heart. Jatha nijuktoshi tatha karumi. You are making me do it, so you are the culprit. You are responsible for all my problems. So the Duryodhana archetype is everything is somebody else's problem. I don't take responsibility. I know what to do. I can't do it. I know what is wrong. I won't do it, but it is God's problem. What to do? I have been, as opposed to Hanuman archetype, we have the power within, and somebody has to remind us, but that's all they can do. We have to step into that. Somebody can show us the path, but we have to walk the path just like Hanuman did. So these 2 archetypes, we have chosen Hanuman archetype for obvious reasons. And we are going to use him as our guru. Guru being, Gu is the darkness, Ru is the one that leads us out of darkness. So we will use Hanuman archetype as our guru. Now, let's talk a little bit about this archetype. In the Hindu Puranas and Itihasas, we have several archetypes, and some of them are a mixture between human beings and some animals, whether it is Ganesha, whether it is Narasimha, whether it is Hanuman. Somebody has an elephant head, somebody has a lion head, somebody has a monkey head. And so this is not, because the rishis were bored and they decided to create some cartoon characters. These are called Kim Purushas. Kim means, who is it? Is it Purusha is man? Are they really men, these characters? And yes, the rishis have given us this model saying that half of it is animal. We are all born with animal instinct, but we can perfect and become the perfected human being by imbibing the qualities associated with certain animals. Now, in Hanumanji's case, it is a monkey. The rishis have deliberately chosen a monkey mind. It is not just a random choice, because the monkey mind comes closest, a monkey comes closest to our human mind, which is two things a monkey mind has: restlessness, cannot focus on anything, and the other one is trying to copy everybody else, not what we want. But if somebody is doing something, seems to be working for them, we want to copy that. Doesn't matter what we want, doesn't matter what we are good at, but always copy somebody else. So that is why they have taken this. And also the rishis have taken a lowly monkey, a simian, a monkey, and said that, look at it, that monkey can actually work towards perfection of the mind. They didn't even choose, in one of these books they said, didn't even choose a chandala. Chandala is the lowest category of human beings with a very, very low mental capacity. They didn't even choose that. They said, if a monkey can become this, any human being who desires to perfect their mind can do so. So they've given us the model and the archetype. It's he's the pinnacle of human perfection. Now, the only thing we can control over this, Hanumanji archetype teaches us, is we cannot control the world. What happens to us, we cannot control. The only thing we can think of establishing any control is our mind. So the only thing you ever need to work with is your mind. Forget about controlling the people, the circumstances, your birth, your job, your relationship. Forget all of that. Once this is under control, everything will be under control, is what the Hanuman archetype tells us. So, and also the mind, we are made up of 5 elements. And here I think I would like to briefly explain that these 5 elements are earth, water, fire, air, and space. Now, the space element is by far the most important. And to explain this to you very simply, think of it as these 5 elements is like you want to cook something. You walk into a grocery store. The grocery store is the space element. Everything is possible. All possibilities are there. You can pick anything you want. But the air element is your thought process. You go towards the meat section, or you go towards the fruit section, vegetable section, or the microwave section. That is your mind. Using your mind, you pick up certain possibilities from the grocery store. Then comes the fire element. You can't just pick up those food and eat. You'll have to transform that food into something that is digestible. So you have to make sense of it. The groceries you picked up, the produce is only the possibilities. Then you have to transform it. That is the fire. When we take in information, we have to digest that information, and then only it is available to us. That energy is available to us. How do we pick up those foods? We use our water element. Our water element represents our personality. Our personality determines our personal realities. Our ideas, thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs determine what we pick up and how we cook. Whether we boil it, whether we fry it, whether we steam it, it all depends on our personality. And after that, finally, is the earth element, is what you have in front of you. And that does not only apply to food. Even in a billion people are available, you will gravitate towards certain people to establish relationship. Based on that, what you do with that relationship, the fire element will determine what kind of relationship it is. And your personality will determine which person you have attracted. And finally, in front of you is your life. Whether you have a good relationship, bad relationship, good job, bad job, is determined by your personality, your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings you have attracted. So once we learn to control our mind, learn these 5 things, we'll have better control to tame our mind and to control our external environment. So that's the mind. So people don't fail because they don't have ideas. People fail because they don't know how to translate those ideas, how to express those ideas, the mental thought, not just how to translate, but also sometimes wrong translation. So how to understand, to take your ideas. Everybody has the best of ideas, but it does not necessarily produce the best results. This is where the Hanuman archetype will help us. Now let's let me introduce Hanumanji. I'm going to talk about some of his names, what he's known as, and in the next sessions, we will definitely, decode and uncode it slowly one by one. So, Hanumanji, believe it or not, is not part of the original Vedas or Puranas. He is a much later addition. In Valmiki's Ramayana was the first time Hanumanji was introduced to Vedic wisdom, spiritual tradition. He's not there in the Vedas, he's not there in the Puranas. Very few Puranas mention him, but only in connection with Valmiki's Ramayana. And think about that. Such a powerful God with retrospective connection to Lord Shiva. Now, you have to wonder, a god that is so powerful, so popular, why he came so later? Why he is not mentioned in the Vedas and Puranas? Because our rishis realize those Vedas and Puranas are not for everybody. You have to be that category of Einstein level scientist to be able to understand the wisdom contained in the Vedas and Puranas. So much later, they created this monkey-like character saying anybody with a monkey brain can also hope to become a perfected human being. So this is something we have to understand, that the rishis have used this as a model, saying that, look, I'm going to take an ordinary monkey and make him into the most powerful god, and so can you become. Your ordinary human beings can become perfected human beings. Now, he was not part of the original Vedas. He was retrospectively, they had this immaculate conception. He became a son of the Rudra, who was later known as Shiva. So what I'm trying to tell you is, Hanumanji is not an original god, but look what he can do for you, and look how popular he is, and look how strong he is. So there is hope that even if we become 1% of Hanumanji, we will can gather and harness tremendous strength within ourselves. So he gets validation though from, and the rishis made sure, and Valmiki, that he is accepted by the Shaivite, the followers of Shiva. He is accepted by the followers of Vishnu, and he is accepted by the followers of Devi. Because of his connection to Shiva. He's Shiva's son, he's called. He is the greatest bhakta of Vishnu, and Ma Sita, owes her entire freedom to Hanuman. So they're trying to tell us that irrespective of which tradition you follow, what religion or spirituality you follow, you can take this archetype and follow it to perfect your mind. So they have given us, because most other things, there is a Shiva Purana is dedicated only to Shiva, Vishnu Purana dedicated only to Vishnu, Devi Purana dedicated only to Devi. Only this archetype, Hanumanji, is accepted everywhere. The Vishnu Bhaktas like him, the Shiva Bhaktas like him, the Devi Bhaktas like him, because he is us. We can pray to any of these gods and get freedom from them. That's what they want to tell us. But just because he has some connection to Shiva doesn't mean that we can't say that, oh, we are not Shiva's son, so we can't be Hanuman. If that was the only condition, then Bhima in Mahabharata would also have become Hanuman. He's not a god. He's not deified. So Bhima did not do what Hanuman did. Why? Hanuman had to work very hard to be where he is, to command the respect and the power that Hanuman does. It didn't come from Shiva alone. He worked for it, because if the Vayu or the Shiva was the only connection, then even Bhima would have become like that. But Bhima is not a god. Bhima from the Mahabharata, one of the Pandavas, is an ordinary human being, a strong one nevertheless, but ordinary human being. So we cannot attribute Hanuman's greatness to Shiva or Vayu or anything. And another thing that you have to understand is Valmiki, the sage Valmiki, Rishi Valmiki, introduced Hanuman in Ramayana. And if you know the history of Valmiki, it is the same story as Hanuman's story. He was a very lowly creature. He was a robber in the forest who was, killing and butchering and stealing everybody, until one sage came and told him, why are you doing this and creating bad karma? He says, no, I'm doing it for my family. And the sage asked him, will your family share in your bad karma? He said, yes, of course. The sage then asked him, the rishi, go and ask your family. And his family said, no, we don't want your bad karma, all the people you have killed. That's when the realization hit him that our karma is only for ourselves. Whatever good we do is only for ourselves. Whatever bad we do is only for ourselves. So he wanted to turn around and he said, what do I do? I'm such a sinner. And that sage told him, only you repeat the name of Lord Ram, you will be transformed. And he was such a sinner, he couldn't even say the simplest word Ram, one syllable. So the sage said, just do Mara. Mara means death, right? Kill. He started doing Rama, 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 Rama. After a while, it became Rama, 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 Rama. So he has used his own model. Valmiki has used his model to create Hanuman, to tell you and me that we can also be like that. A monkey can be Hanuman. Valmiki, a killer and a robber, can be Valmiki, the sage who wrote Ramayana. Then why not us? We can also aspire to be something like that. Hanuman is also considered the 11th avatar of Rudra, Shiva. Now, one would ask that Ravana is such a great devotee of Hanuman. Is a great devotee of Lord Shiva. How come one of Shiva's avatar can come and destroy and kill Ravana? There was a story where Ravana had offered, he had 10 heads and he represents our ahankar, our ego. We have 10 ahankar, 10 feelings that constitute our ego, and there are 11 avatars of Rudra, Shiva, and he offered one head to each avatar of Shiva, and Shiva got so happy and said that, you know what, I give you tremendous power. No god can kill you, no superpower can kill you. But Ravana was so egoistic, he never asked that no human should kill me and no monkey should kill me. He said, who are they? And they said that Hanuman is the 11th avatar because there was no other head for Ravana to offer to Hanuman, because to Shiva. Because our ego, when Ravana was offering, what was he doing? I am offering to Shiva. I am offering to Shiva. That I was always present. So for the 11th avatar of Rudra, there is, nothing to offer. The I is still so strong that it has to be decimated. The me and mine had to be decimated. So the 11th avatar was important for Hanuman to take, for us to take, to decimate our ego. We need to be able to take away that I am giving this, I am doing this, I am enjoying this, I am creating this, that I has to go. And also the 11th number is very important because in the Hanuman Chalisa, in the next sessions we'll talk about it. We, in the beginning, very first chaupahi, they say harahu kalesha vikara. We have 5 afflictions of mind and 6 aberrations of our emotions, which we need to be able to destroy to go to Hanuman level of mastery over mind. And what are these 5 kleshas, afflictions of mind? The first is avidya, ignorance, not knowing our true nature. We all think we are material, physical beings trying to have a spiritual experience. We don't realize that we are actually spiritual beings trying to have a material, physical existence. That is avidya, first affliction. Because of that, there is asmita, ego. The minute you consider yourself material and physical, you are separate from the unity consciousness. So either you are better or worse, you are good or bad, but you are separate. You consider yourself, and that's why there is problem outside and you are not part of it. You don't consider yourself connected to the universe, to nature, to other people. So that is where the ego comes in. I am separate from everybody else. There are only 2 kinds of thoughts. In mind mastery, understand idam vritti, aham vritti. Idam is me. Aham is everything else. So this relationship between me and mine creates the ego. So that is why, avidya, asmita, then raga, dvesha. Because there is you and me, there is division, there is going to be conflict. That conflict is, I like this, I don't like this. I want this, I don't want this. That causes problem. And because of that, what you don't like, you're living in fear, comes abhinivesha, the 5th affliction, klesha, which is fear of losing your individuality, your identity, your ego, your ahamkar, the form of me. So these are the 5 things we need to work about. If you want mind mastery, understand your true identity. You are not this limited body mind. You are the unlimited, infinite, supreme consciousness. Second is you are not different from it. So that ego is not there. Once the ego is not there, there's no difference between you and the other person, then there is no you, me. Whatever you do affects everybody, and whatever, whether when you enjoy, everybody enjoys. When you suffer, everybody suffers. Understanding that. Then there are 6 other aberrations of emotions. It's called raga dvesha, which is kama krodha. You have desire, and krodha is anger. Then you have mada matsarya. You have pride and jealousy. And when you have something, you're proud. When you don't have something, you're jealous. And lobha moha, you have greed and attachment. When you have something, you're attached. When you don't have something, you have greed for it. These are the things that sit in our emotion and make us lower than Hanuman. He had conquered all of this. He knew who he was. He did not have ego. He did not want anything or dislike anything, and he was not scared of anything. That was the kleshas and these 6 aberrations of mind. He had conquered. So that is why the 11 comes from. 5 kleshas and 6 vikaras makes him the 11th Rudra avatar. Then comes okay, so Hanuman, if you want to understand Hanuman, the clue is in the first name. Man is mind, or man is ego. Hanan is destroy. If you want to be Hanuman, you have to work towards first understand what is the mind. Mind has many, many things, and we'll discuss. We just in English say mind, but there is manas, chitta, buddhi, ahankar. Mind has 5 divisions, and you have to understand what those 5 things are, and you have to individually address those 5 things: manas, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Then you have to tame all of this, get control of it. Right now they are controlling you. You have to turn it around and you establish control over those things. So Hanuman means destroying the separateness from the unity consciousness. Then Ramaduta, the other important thing is his identity is he identifies himself with Ram. Now at one of the Ramayana, Ramji, Lord Ram asked him, Hanuman, between you and me, what is our relationship? He said, Lord, when I am identifying with my body, I'm your servant. I'm here to serve you. When I'm identifying with my mind, I'm here to sing your, what should I say, your name, japa, that I am your, messenger, messenger, your warrior, your messenger. And when I'm identifying with my soul, I am you. There is no difference between. That's why he always has Ram in his heart. Ram, Lakshman, Sita, they are all inside. These are not different characters, different people. They are all different aspects of us as human being. Ram is the spirit. Sita is the Paramatma, that original soul, the supreme consciousness. Sita is the individual consciousness, our body. Hanuman is the breath that unites the body and the mind. Lakshmana is our awareness, that is that intellect that tells us what is right, what is wrong. So these are not different people. They all exist within us. So that is why he's called Ramaduta. He can identify with Ram and saying, I am you. As my Atma, as my soul, I am Ram. In my mind, I'm your messenger. In my body, I'm your servant. So we also have to understand this body has been given to us to serve the divine purpose. This mind has been there to connect with our higher self. And in our original soul, we are that. So Ramaduta. Then comes Anjani Putra. But when we come down into this earth suit, we have only one body. Anjani is the mother. That is why this concept of immaculate conception and virgin birth is very important. You don't need another energy, but you always need a womb. No matter how far science goes, to create or deliver a child, you will need a mother's womb. That means nature, prakriti. So Anjani Putra, to become aware of our material physical body and the needs of our material physical body, we have to perfect it, treat our body as a temple. And also Hanumanji he's not just a perfected mind. He has, look at his body. He's known for his strength. And that is a translation of a yoga principle, that the body is an extension of the mind. So if you have a perfect mind, you will automatically have a perfect body. The body has disease and suffering because our mind is diseased and suffering. Once we clear our mind, get control over our mind, diseases go. We say, Nasai roga hare sabapira. It's all in the mind, psychosomatic. Then we say he has 3 fathers, 1 mother, 3 fathers, Kapi, Pavana, and Shankara. Kapi is a monkey. Pavana is the wind, and Shankara is Shiva. Now we have three minds. We can say subconscious mind that runs on autopilot, conscious mind, logical mind, superconscious mind, which is connected to the supreme consciousness. But in scientific terms, we have three brains, believe it or not. We have a reptilian brain, which is like a animalistic existence, instinctual things. The reptilian brain controls instincts. Then we have a limbic brain, which is barely human. All it does is looks after our pleasure needs, going towards pleasure and going away from pain. And then we have a neocortex, which transcends the mind, meaning that you can go against your instinct. You are hungry, but you will not eat. You want to kill somebody, but you won't. You want to sleep, but you can fight sleep. That is the neocortex. That is the Shiva brain. So we have three brains. We have a reptilian brain, we have a limbic brain, and we have a neocortex brain. And we also have to understand the roles of each of these brain and how to control these things. We just say mind and brain and finish. That's the that. There's not one mind and one brain. There are several minds and several brains inside this head. We have to understand that. Kapisha. He's called Kapisha also because Kapi is monkey. Isha is Lord, lording over your instinctual nature. You have to learn to lord over your instinctual nature. He's called Sankata Mochana because in the beginning I said, we are the only one who can solve our problems. Nobody can solve it for us. And we will understand when we do the Sankat Mochana Ashtakam, we will understand that more in the third session, I think. Mahavir, he's called. Veera is a warrior. Normal, ordinary warrior, Kshatriyas are called Veeras, but he's a Mahavira. We each have to train ourselves to be a Mahavira. And when we talk about courage, Veera is a warrior who has courage. It's not that people are born with courage. It has to be cultivated. And you have to cultivate 5 kinds of courage, not just courage against fear. Against what? To be a spiritual warrior, you need 5 kinds of courage. You need, first of all, to be a warrior. To be desiring to, willing to fight, not take things as they come at you. That, this is my life and I have to take it and sit and cry in one corner. Ability to fight. Second is Dharamvir. Dharam is righteousness. Not fight for the sake of fighting, but fight with the righteousness, with the right values. Then comes Danvir. You fight for what? To create a better world, to give, to be able to give your money, your time, your energy, your whatever you create for the whole universe, for the whole world. Then the Tyag. You have to be able to, whatever you create, you have to learn to create, cultivate some separation from it, that attachment. Because if you're too attached to it, you cannot be Hanuman. You will be at the lower level of a human being. And finally, Daya, compassion. You have to cultivate the ability to fight for the right thing, to be able to create wealth and a lot of things and give to people, and then to develop detachment and develop compassion. So that is why he's called, Mahavira. And then he's the 11th Rudra avatar. I told you why. We have to learn to control our the 5 kleshas and the 6 vikaras. We'll discuss that later. He is a balance of opposites. At the one hand, he's 2 murtis of Hanumanji you'll see. Either he is that Shakti, flying through the air with that Gada and the mountain, or he is sitting at the feet of Ram. Shakti and Bhakti. This is the 2 things, the 2 major things we have to focus on in these 7 sessions, how to develop Shakti and Bhakti through karma. So, and he is not just Shakti and Bhakti, he's tremendous at meditation and always good at action. He's not just sitting. Hanumanji has never solved the problem sitting and meditating and praying. While doing action, he's thinking of Ram. So none of us can think that we're going to retire to a temple and pray and our problems will vanish. It did not vanish for Hanumanji. It won't vanish for you and me. So we have to have that Shakti also. We have to cultivate our Shakti. And brain and brawn. He's not just known for his strength, but he's known for his brain power, his wisdom. He's a perfect diplomat. We all have to learn. We say, the truth, we have to tell the truth. you have to learn to be diplomatic when you tell the truth. You cannot be like Hanuman if you do not understand the rules of diplomacy. And one example I will give, when he had first gone to Lanka, and he tried to plead with Ravan first that give up Sita, you have somebody else's wife, it's not right. Such a jnani, you're such a wise person, strong person, you have defeated all three worlds, why would you steal somebody else's wife? And then he says, why are you so, Ravan asked him, why do you want to stick with Ram? Why don't you come to my camp? Who is better, me or Ram? And he tried diplomacy first. He said, Ram is like the new moon and you are like the full moon. He said, see, you yourself are admitting, I'm better, I'm full moon. Then Vibhishan told Ravan that you fool, you don't you understand what he's trying to say? Full moon is your time is finished. New moon, his time is beginning. You are finished. That's what he's trying to tell you. So first try diplomacy is what Hanumanji always tried diplomacy. Next thing is erudite. When he went, as the messenger of Sugriva to elicit the help of Ram and Lakshman, from his language, perfect grammar, perfect diction, the choice of words, right place, right thing, right word is very important for mind mastery. We can't just say whatever we feel like, use slang words and expect to even try to master our mind. So with slang we use like bloody, shit, fuck. We don't understand the impact of these words. Hanumanji never, ever used one word that was less than sacred, even when he was killing his enemies. So we have to learn to control our language, diction, grammar. How we communicate is very important to mind mastery. Then comes the perfect student. When he wanted to learn from the sun god, he wanted to learn and he asked his parents, who's the best teacher? His parents said that sun is the perfect, sun god is the perfect teacher. He went to the sun god. He said, please accept me as your teacher. And the sun god said, no, I cannot. I don't have the time. I get up in the morning till the end. I have my job. When will I teach you? But Hanumanji persisted. He said, tell me what I can do. He said, I don't know. You come up with a solution. He came up with a solution. He said, when you rise, I'm going to stand in front of your chariot and face the blaze of the sun. Imagine at that close quarter. And as you go through the earth or your universe throughout the day, you teach what you know and I will learn. Leave it to me. That is the persistence. When we want to learn something, at the first sign of difficulty, we give up saying, oh, he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to teach. I can't do it. It's too difficult. And I have to go to San Francisco to learn. Forget it. If it can be given by Zoom in my home, maybe I will learn. So Hanumanji never made conditions. If you want to learn something, whoever has that information, go there, get that information, whatever it costs you. Then he has, known to be a brahmachari. Brahmachari means celibate. Most people think, oh, you just abstain from sex. That is the lowest understanding of brahmachari. Brahmachari means that you control your senses, especially because that is where you leak energy. 4 areas: ahara, vihara, nidra, maithuna. What you eat, when you eat. Vihara, how you entertain yourself. What are you watching? What information are you taking in? Nidra, when you sleep, how much you sleep. And maithuna, your sexual activities. These 4 categories will determine how much power you have left to master your mind. Then he is a chiranjeevi. He, because of that tyagvir, because he never did anything for himself. In fact, his mother asked him, Anjani asked him, why didn't you kill Ravana and rescue Sita? Imagine the name you would have got. You did all the work and Ram got all the praise. Why did you do it? He said, I was not born for this. He never exceeded his authority. He never wanted it for himself. And yet, because he did not want him, look at him. He is better known than Ram in the sense that right now, more people pray to Hanumanji than they pray to Lord Ram, because he never asked for it. Similarly, if we learn to do something for the highest good of us and everybody else, our name and fame will surpass anything we can ever want, saying that, oh, I'm doing this for name and fame. And also, he was the perfect, there's a saying that says, raise yourself to such mighty heights that the Almighty will ask you, what destiny shalt thou have? That's what Hanumanji. But we fight for little things in our family. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? What am I getting? What am I getting? That attitude you have to get out and say, what am I giving? What am I creating? You have to change that thought process. Then he's the perfect yogi through pranayam. Pranayam is breath control. He is also Vayu Putra. We have Pancha prana. We are also made up of 5 kinds of breath. Very important to understand that. Prana, which is the information we take in, not just the breath. Apana, the information that we let out. Then we have samana, the information that we digest, because we can eat all the food, but everything doesn't go into our system. Only the nutrition goes, the rest is discarded. Similarly with information. Every information you take, you don't keep inside. Take what is necessary, let it go. That is samana, the digestion process. And then you have Vyana. All that information has to circulate throughout your body, your mind, your organs. Every organ should get that information. And Udana, meaning going up. You have to rise because of this information. Only take in information, knowledge that will help you rise. So Pancha, he's the perfect yogi because he uses the breath to connect the body with the mind. That is why he's called the perfect yogi. Now, these 2 things I want to definitely talk about today is why Hanumanji's day has been suggested Tuesday and Saturday. Because Tuesday is ruled by Mars and Saturday is ruled by Saturn. These 2 planets are very peculiar, and their astrological alignment in your birth chart creates all kinds of problem. If your Mars and Saturn in your astrological chart is misplaced, you are in for misery, my friends. So these rishis have created a character that is, they're saying that don't go by outside. Everything, you have the power inside. So you alone are responsible for your karma. Now, Shani represents our karma, prarabdha. Everything that we have done in past lives is represented by Shani. Old age, toil, disease, defeat, everything, because we have done something in our past life that Shani represents. And Mars is our Purushartha, our desire to fix it. So a lot of people ask, is there free will or destiny? Both are there. Everything that you do has that is your destiny. You've created a karma, nothing can take it away. That is your Shani. But when things are happening to you, you have a choice to react or respond. If you respond, then you are like Hanumanji. If you react, you're like Mars. And Mars and Saturn have a very peculiar dance. They are fighting each other constantly. Mars is our ability to fight, to compete, to destroy, take away other people's wife, take away other people's property, cheat them, defraud them. I want, hankering for things, and everything that everybody else has, I want that. That is the Mars in us. And Shani is, I lost. Because of that, because of your hankering and your desires, if you cause harm to anybody, then Shani comes in and teaches you a lesson. If you do not tame your Mars, your activity, your ambition, your lust, your desire to possess, to trample, to conquer, to take away, then Shani will come in swiftly to teach you a lesson. But Hanumanji has mastered both Mangal and Shani, both Mars and Saturn. And we are told that we can too. Doesn't matter what your karma is. Doesn't matter what is in your astrological chart. Whatever Shani says, whatever Mangal dosh you have the power to overcome Mangal dosh and Shani dosh. That is why, that prarabdha and purushartha. Saturn represents our prarabdha, all the things that we have done that is come back to haunt us, and Mangal represents our purushartha, our desire and ambition and will to fight and fix it, but do it with the right mindset, which is what Hanumanji does. So we have to take a responsibility for our karma and purify our karma. We can purify our karma by controlling our mind. How do we do it? First of all, most important, reduce the number of thoughts. Secondly, you increase the quality of thoughts. And thirdly, redirect your thoughts. So we will discuss that at length later. Now, Hanuman Jayanti it's peculiar that Hanumanji has 2 birthdays. He has one birthday around now in March, April, and one around October, November. Isn't that funny? You would ask, why would he have 2 birthdays? And both the birthdays are very significant. He's born on in the north, they say, in the south, they say Chaitra Purnima, and in the north, they say Kartik Purnima, which is Narak Chaturdasi. It's very important. The Chaitra Purnima, the full moon in April, when he is born, the sun is in Aries. So it's saying that bring attention to all the actions that you do. We are born and we do actions. We don't realize that they all have repercussions, and sooner or later we will be reaping the the whatever we have done, the karma we will have to face. So these two birthdays also have significance. One is in the Uttarayan. We have talked about Uttarayan when first 6 months of the year, January to June, and Dakshinayan. Other birthday is from July to December. What it's trying to tell us is that everybody is born the way it is, but in many tradition we have something called born again. Whether it is in Christianity or in Hinduism, we have the Upanayan ceremony, the Brahmins go for the thread ceremony, or even in Jewish tradition, they have the bar mitzvah. You have a choice to be born again. How? Spiritually. So you're born with your karma, you're born with your limited body, mind, and intellect, but you're given a second opportunity to be born again by purifying your spiritual work, your spiritual wisdom, by gaining control over your body, your mind, and your intellect. You have a second birth. So that is why he's given two births, one in Chaitra Purnima, April time, Uttarayan, another in Narak Chaturdashi, which is Dakshinayan time. And Narak Chaturdashi, Narak means na arka. Arka is light, wisdom. Na arka is no light. So Hanumanji comes to as a guru to give us that light, that you have to bring awareness and focus to your actions, your choices. Otherwise, you will live in Naraka, in hell. So that is Hanuman Jayanti. We have two birthdays because we are born. If we don't do anything, that's it. But we have a choice to be born again by working on ourselves. Why is Hanumanji a Chiranjeevi? Chiranjeevi he's one of the 7 immortals in our Vedic literature. And this is very important to learn. Let me read out the Chiranjeevis that we have. Mahabali, he is one of the Chiranjeevis. And the Chiranjeevis means immortal. They are always going to be there. No matter who comes and who goes, these 7 characters from the Puranas and the Vedas are always going to be there. And what they are trying to tell us is these are not individual human beings. Each of them represents a perspective, a way of looking at the world. Mahabali, if you know the story, his desire, it represents our ego that wants to be bigger than God, bigger than unity consciousness, bigger than the supreme consciousness. He had conquered all 3 worlds. He didn't listen to his guru. He actually had the audacity to, even when his guru is saying Vishnu is standing in front of you, he didn't want to listen to anybody because he's Mahabali. If each one of us have that character, we think we know everything, and no matter what others are telling us, we don't want to listen to anybody. That is your Mahabali. Your ego doesn't want to listen to anybody, thinks it's the best, knows everything, and it leads to devastation. But every human being has that. That's why that is a Chiranjeevi quality. Next is Parshurama. Parshurama decimated the Kshatriyas. So whenever there is ego, inside our head, there is another tendency, which is the Parshuram tendency, which comes to decimate ego. So Parshuram was the sage, the rishi that could get all divine astra and shastra. Astra is weapon, shastra is knowledge. So we can destroy ego with either kill somebody with the astra or shastra with knowledge. So that tendency is also within us, but we have to invoke the Parshuram inside us. Third is Veda Vyasa. Inside every human being is this desire and ability to express and disseminate spiritual truth. It is available to us at all times. It's an immortal gift from the universe, that if you want spiritual wisdom, it will be available to you. That is the Veda Vyas quality inside us, the immortal quality. If you seek spiritual wisdom, you will get it. Then comes Vibhishana. Vibhishana was Ravana's youngest brother. He was tortured, humiliated in Lanka, but he did not stop believing in Lord Ram. And the first opportunity he got, he escaped from Lanka. That quality is also within us, an immortal quality given to us by the Supreme Consciousness, that not only we can, but we have to follow Dharma. Every time a small ray of hope, you see there are 2 roads, the right and the wrong, you have to choose the right one to the best of your ability. It may be a very small thing, but not only you can, you have to choose the right action based on your current level of awareness. That Vibhishana is also sitting inside us, immortal thought process. Then comes Kripacharya. Kripacharya was the guru, the guru of the Kauravas and Pandavas. Each of us can actually go to a specialized school to learn something. He's an immortal because he was unbiased. All other gurus has conditions, whether it was Dronacharya, whether it was Vishwamitra, whether it was Parasurama, everybody had conditions. Kripacharya did not have condition. He said, I will teach you everything I know. Whoever comes to me, I'll teach them. Whoever, meaning the royal princes came to him. And we also have access to specialized knowledge, not just spiritual wisdom. Any knowledge we want, we can actually learn to train our mind, to gain mastery over our mind. We can invoke our Kripacharya Chiranjeevi quality. Then comes Ashwathama. Ashwathama is also within us. When our ego, he was very erudite, very intelligent, and he was Drona's son, for crying out loud. He knew everything that all the Pandavas knew, Kauravas knew, and more. But misdirected ego, misdirected knowledge can lead to revenge and devastation. So that quality, when we lose something, that desire to take revenge destroys other people and destroys us. He was cursed by Krishna to never die, suffer from bodily disease, pain, and mental agony, because he cannot die. He cannot, even if he begs for death, it won't come to him. We also have that. If you indulge in revenge and use that revenge to wreak havoc in society, you will suffer the similar Ashwathama quality. Finally comes Hanumanji. We are given all these 6 Chiranjeevi qualities, eternal, immortal qualities of human being, thought processes, perspectives, but we are given a solution. Hanumanji is the only one out of these 7 who is worshipped as a god. Others are not worshipped as a god. Hanumanji quality is to take, he had bhakti yoga, he had karma, and he had jnana. All 3. You have to have the right knowledge. You have to have the right love for the Supreme, and you have to work. Any one of them is not going to do it, because each of them had one. Hanumanji has all 3: bhakti, karma, jnana, the path of knowledge, the path of action, and the path of devotion. All 3, when you bring together, you become invincible like Hanumanji. So that is today's talk. And one other mantra I forgot to let me say. Hanumanji was asked the secret of his stardom or his invincibility. And there's a beautiful mantra that I came across that I want to read to you. He says, he himself explains the secret of his power. He says, na mantra di kritastada na cha naisarangiko mama prabhava esha samanya yasya chuto hridi. Neither by the repetition of mantras nor by inherited tendencies did I gain perfection, but only through unwavering concentration of the mind on God. So each of us, he himself is saying, I didn't do it by just sitting in a corner and praying and chanting mantras. That's not going to do it. Nor was I born with all the divine qualities like Shiva and Vishnu that I don't have to work on myself. Constantly, moment to moment, concentration and focus on Ram. Ram is my higher self. He said, as the soul, I am Ram. Constantly bringing that aham, that ahankara. I am not this limited body, mind and intellect. I am something bigger than this. I cannot stoop down to this level and do this and be satisfied with silly, cheap toys and pleasures of life. So that is Hanumanji's secret. And each one of this class, I want to discuss one of the Hanumanji has 8 siddhis, qualities over masteries of mind, and Navanidhis. I'm not going to discuss the nidhis. We don't have time for that. Some other time maybe. But each time I will talk about one of the siddhis, mastery over something. And I want you to practice that the whole week. When I come back, I would, really hope that each of you have taken some time out to do this. Today's siddhi, first siddhi is anima. And anima means Hanumanji had the ability to really shrink himself to a small little fly. Now, I cannot ask you to become a fly or shrink bodily. What I'm asking you to do is you translate this siddhi of anima, very small, becoming very small, to training yourself to use the least words, the least action to express yourself. What is the Very few words can you get across a message. You are draining by talking, explaining. You have 3 seconds. Tell yourself, I have 30 seconds, or let's say 3 minutes to convince the other person. Train this whole week. Train yourself. I have 3 minutes to make my point to the other person. If I'm not done in 3 minutes, zip it. Otherwise, you don't hope of becoming Hanumanji. Anima is the task for this week. Not only in your words, in your action. Think, I'm going here, I'm going to the market, make a list. 20 times go, oh, I forgot this, oh, I forgot that, oh, I didn't do this. Or when you're buying something, I want this polka pink dotted with yellow streak and green dots, because that blouse I can wear only to that, what is it called, masquerade party. No, buy things, gadgets, then that can multitask. Minimalism is the task for this week. Minimalism, whether it is with your words, with your clothes, with your gadgets, with your actions. Least, what is the least I can do to get across the message, or to express myself, my ideas, my whatever, my mind? How least? What is the least I can use? Word, action, gadgets, clothes, things, money. Least to get across what I want to get across. 1 week practice. Now we will chant the Hanuman Gayatri mantra together. We have 4 minutes, and then that will be it. I mean, I can stay on, and if you have questions, I'll be happy to answer those questions. But let me. Okay. So you can chant along with me, or just close your eyes and let the vibrations flow over you, and take this 1 week to memorize this mantra. This is another thing, because all these mantras will remind you of something. We have to continuously remind ourselves. That is the archetype that has been given to us. So this is Om Anjaneyaya Vidmahe Vayu Putraya Dhimahi Tanno Hanuman Prachodayat. So you are thinking of Anjani Putra. I am focusing on this material, physical body of mine. I have to take care of it. I will live at my highest potential. Anjani Putra. This is I'm going to make my body a temple. My material body has to become a temple to the best of your ability, in your food, in your sleep, in your entertainment, and in your sexual activities. Anjaneyaya Vidmahe Vayu Putraya Dhimahi. Vayu Putra, your mind. I'm going to bring focus to my mind. Vayu has equals prana, pancha prana. We talked about prana, apana, samana, vayana, and udana. What information am I taking in? What am I taking in from the world is prana. Everything that you take in, money, food, clothes, ideas, thoughts, anything that you're taking in, say, okay, this is the prana, I'm taking it from the world. Apana, this is what I'm expressing to the world. This is what I'm giving. I'm serving food. I'm giving a gift. I am giving an idea. I'm making a presentation. This is my apana. But before that presentation, before making that food, before giving that thing, there is samana. Whatever I've taken in, I'm digesting that information and taking out only a few things, because every moment we are blasted with 14 billion bits of information. We can't take in billion bits of information. We have filters that delete, generalize, and remove most of it. Whatever information we're taking, that is called samana. We are digesting billion bits of information. Only 4 or 7 bits of information we are able to register and understand and digest. Think about that. What am I focusing on? This is the fire element. And prana is the space element. Fire element is what am I focusing on? Then comes vayana. How is this information circulating in my body? Not just my organs, but my actions, my relationships, my wealth management, my social commitments. How is this information, how much of it am I dedicating to different parts of my life? There's a social life, economic life, political life, religious life, professional life, personal life. How much am I giving to each of this? And finally is udana. Am I at the end of it getting little bit better than what I was before I started this workshop and paid so much money and time and energy and listened to her drone on and on and on? So you have to think of those 5 things. Panchaprana, Anjaneyaya Vidmahe, your body. Vayu Putraya Dhimi. These 5 functions. Tanno Hanumato Prachodayat. Hanumata is mata, mind ko hanan karna, destroying. I will control my mind by bringing focus to these, to my body and my mind. Prachodayat, help me to do that. So this is the mantra you will memorize this week. You will practice Anima this week, and we will meet next week, same time. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to take it now.
Nita, can you chant that mantra one time?
The Anjaneyaya Vidmahe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Om Anjaneyaya Vidmahe Vayuputraya Dhimahi Tanno Hanumata Prachodayat. And I can maybe record it and send it in the WhatsApp group. So Anjaneya is his mother. Mother is matter. Matter is body. Bring attention, focus to controlling your body to the best of your ability. We are not Hanuman yet, so let's not kid ourselves. But one step better. I'm going to eat one sweet less. I'm going to sleep a little bit earlier. I'm going to say no to things that is not good for me. Same with the mind. Just like we say, if you're a vegetarian, somebody gives us meat, we say, no, thank you. If you have decided to think a certain way, somebody offers a contradictory thought, say, no, thank you. Not my circus, not my monkey. I don't have to accept your thought process. You don't have to insult them. You don't have to do anything, but you say, no, I'm focusing on this today. I'm focusing on love. I'm focusing on forgiveness. I'm focusing on gratitude. I'm focusing on myself. So understand to limit it. And Tanno Hanumata, all this I'm doing to bring mastery over my mind. Man ko hanan karna. That's it.
Thank you, Nita. That was amazing as always. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Nita.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. See you next Monday.
Good night, everybody.
Arundhati, I just saw your question. The three brains you're asking, right? So the three brains, first is the reptilian brain. It's at the base of the brain. It's the animal instinctual brain. You know, even when we are brain dead, they say, you know, in a coma, if not coma, but if you're like, your mind is not working, you have mental issues, you are still existing as an animal. You still are hungry. You still have sexual needs. You still have the need to sleep. If somebody hits you, you will hit back like an animal. That is the reptilian brain, is the survival. If nothing else works, the reptilian brain will make sure you survive at a physical level. Then comes the limbic brain, which is lower level human beings, just desiring pleasures. I want to buy this. I want to eat this. I want to sleep. That is not survival. It is thrive. I want so many houses. I want this kind of car. I want this. That is the limbic brain. And in Kathopanishad, we talk about prayas and shreyas. Prayas is that which gives us pleasure. Limbic brain always looks for pleasure. Now the neocortex looks for shreyas, not pleasure, not that which helps you, gives you pleasure, but that which is good for you. I know that sugar is not good. If I eat it, that is the limbic brain going for prayas. If I say, no, I won't eat it, it is the neocortex saying shreyas. So there are three brains, and each of them controls the reptilian brain controls your subconscious, limbic brain controls your conscious mind, and your neocortex controls your superconscious mind.
Thank you. And the other one is idam and
aham and idam. There are only two kinds of thoughts. Only two kinds of thought: me and the rest of the world. What I want, what I do, what I need, what I have, what I don't have. So aham vritti. Vritti is thought. Aham, about me and everything else. Aham and idam.
Okay, idam is the everything else.
Everything else outside of me.
Okay, thank you. Makes sense.
Anita?
Yeah.
Sairam, Devi here.
Yes, Devi.
How do you gain control over your neocortex part of the brain?
That will come after you have gained control over your reptilian and your limbic, and that is the Shiva brain. We first have to get control over our Kapi brain, our Kapisa. We have a Kapisa, we have Pavana, then we have Shiva. So first we have to get control over our instincts. Then you get control over your limbic brain. Only when you control your instinct can you control your limbic brain. Only when you control your limbic brain can you hope to control your neocortex, which is Shiva brain. That level, imagine Shiva's archetype, continuously in meditation. You cannot be involved in day-to-day making money. I'll be the sexiest, I'll be the richest, I'll be the most beautiful, I'll be the most talked about, and have Shiva brain. No. That is Shreyas. When you are able, when first of all, you have to get out of survival, then you are at the level where always you'll be faced with two choices, that which is pleasurable, that which is not pleasurable, but good. The day you learn to choose good over pleasure, you have gone to the realm of the neocortex and Shiva brain. But if you just eat, sleep, and procreate, that is the reptilian brain. If you want to create wealth and want to, dress well and create wealth for yourself and others and all that, you're operating from limbic brain. That means pleasure seeking and avoiding pain. But the day you just realize, no, this pleasure is temporary, short-lived, not giving me anything. I want to eat that. I want to have that. I want to hurt that person, but I will not. Then you have entered the realm of the neocortex Shiva brain.